Okay, this is my last sculpting session for the night. Earlier I said that I was going to start on a new pendant, but I'm actually not. It's a little bit too late, and I don't want to be extra tired tomorrow at the job, so I think I better play it smart instead of ambitious. Not that those two cannot be interchangeable, but in this particular instance, they can't go together. They just can't. I need to get some rest. I am old, and I need my rest now. No more staying up until the wee hours to sculpt and then getting up early. Nah, nah, nah. I will pattern my day around what I have to do to make sure I can get in the bed and get the required amount of hours of sleep because, buddy, I be tired. So, in light of that, and because I have a job that, yes, I do have to go to, regardless of how I think I should be wealthy and should not have to report into anyone's job, I have to. So, I've got to plan accordingly. And for me, planning accordingly right now means take yourself to bed at a decent hour so that you will not be acting like a zombie at those people's job tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to do. So the pendant's going to have to wait until tomorrow, and that's fine. It is what it is. It'll be there for me, and I will be there for it. I just pulled my whole tool loose. That happens. It's old. I just put it right back together. It's fine. So, I've been sculpting for I don't know how long. Last sculpt of the night, and I've probably been going at it for about a good 20 minutes, and just finally turned around and looked at the phone and realized I never hit record. So there's that. And that's why I said everything is not meant to be content. And maybe sometimes the universe is showing you what's not, because you do stupid things like that. Or maybe it's just old age and you do stupid things like that. I have no idea, but we're going to call it the universe for right now. So as of this moment, I'm recording, but as of the last 20 minutes, I was not. So what I'm doing is just getting some work in on this piece before I go to bed. I had said earlier when I thought that I was talking to you guys that the last video I said I was going to start on a new pendant, but I'm not going to because it's late and I'm older and I need my rest now more than ever. So I don't play around like that anymore. I have to make sure there's a nice balance between what I have to do for the day and when I have to get ready to go to the job, and there has to be a sufficient amount of sleep within that time. It has to be now. So I have given into that. I get it. It is what it is. Staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning and then turning around and getting up at 6:30 a.m. is not the move. All right, I'm back. So the reason that my phone kept shutting off, it was not an old age thing. I had pressed record, but because my phone didn't have enough storage, it stopped recording, and that kept happening even when I restarted the video, because the message kept coming up saying you don't have enough storage space, but by then I had already turned around and gotten back to work, so I kept missing that. So anyway, yeah, that's what it was. So like I said, I thought maybe just getting old, forget to do shit, have something in your mind and you don't actually get to it. But no, it was a storage issue. And yes, I know, buy more storage space. Yeah, when I can, when I have money, I'll take care of whatever I can take care of. But for right now, I just went on a deleting spree to free some storage up off of my phone, and that's how we'll ride out until I can change something. So that's what it is. So back to this. This is the piece is now, I guess, leather hard, and I'm just going in and getting the proportions right and looking at it from all angles and deciding areas that I want to cut down, trim, define, whatever the case may be. And I've got my trusty magnifying glass that I do not use as a magnifying glass because I cannot see out of it through my glasses. I have to close one eye, and that's just really uncomfortable and does not work. But it has a dope light on it, and because the arm of the magnifying glass is completely adjustable, I get to turn it and put it in the position I need to shine light on areas. And y'all know I'm usually working in very, very, very poor lighting. Always am. So this eliminates that problem for me, and it ended up all working out. Even though I wanted the magnifying glass and somebody was beautiful enough to buy it for me for my birthday, that's not what it can be used for. But it can be used for this purpose, so it all works out. Ain't life grand? So there's that. And because I don't know how much of this footage that I lost, I just want to reiterate that in the last video, I said that I was going to start working on a new piece. Yeah, that's going to wait until tomorrow. And it's going to be a small piece because I'm running out of clay. I'm getting very, very nervous out of that 25-pound block. I've got like half of that. So, whatever half of 25 is, like 1250 or something like that. So I've got to slow it down because I'm not going to be able to order more clay until I get paid next Friday. So I need to maximize the use for what I have left. And that means making sure that I just do, nice small pieces that aren't going to tax the little clay inventory that I have right now. Because when I order it, I think it usually takes about, I don't know, like a good 10 to 12 business days to actually reach me from time of order. So in order to make sure that I can keep myself busy up until that time, I've got to make small pieces so that I won't run out of clay. Because you don't want to see me without clay these days. Like, that's a level of depression I don't even want to talk about because I need to be working. I need to be at it. So I've got to plan carefully. Oh, and by the way, I filed an extension for my taxes because for the first time, my financially challenged self had to pay the IRS, and that was disturbing. It was a very small amount, but considering what I make annually and the very scaled back way in which I live my life, because there's not money to be anything but scaled back, it fascinated me that I owe. It's distressing, to say the least. So I filed an extension, and if you know of any tax professional who specifically works with visual artists, I don't have an LLC. I want to file sole proprietorship, and what I want is somebody who's knowledgeable about the deductions I can have that are legal. I am not trying to be the real life orange is the new black. So if there's anybody that you really trust that knows how to itemize the expenses for my art, all of the clay purchases, all of the tools, all of the things that I've spent, over that last year, I need to know about how I can make that work for me. So please put your recommendations in the comments if you know of somebody, and please don't refer me to anybody who, does it for a hobby, can take it or leave it, doesn't have professionalism and wonderful customer service, because I has all the questions, and I need somebody who knows what they're talking about and who can assist me, and hopefully, that'll be my tax person going forward. So if there's somebody that you can really vouch for, they know their thing, they know what they're doing, and they really look out for their clients, I would like to know them too. So this is where I'm getting with her. Getting pretty far. This part, her hip area, it's still very, very soft. I'm not even going to bother with it so that I can hollow it out, because it's a little too soft for even that right now. So I'm just going around everywhere else that I can where it's leather hard and using the loop tool to do some finessing, get a little bit more shaping in order, so that tomorrow I should be able to work on it a considerable amount once I get home from work. Just then I felt her head rock a little bit. That's why I put my hand up to brace it. Because when you feel things like that happen, even though the outside looks like it went unscathed, you never know if you caused a break deep in that's going to spread out and resurface as the clay starts shrinking. So even though I'm calm about it, yeah, I pretty much had like a little mini stroke when I saw that head rock, because I realized I had just been going to town and not thinking about the repercussions. So keep your fingers crossed for me that I didn't do any damage that's going to end up shining through when I'm least expecting it. Like even right now, as gently as I'm applying pressure, I still need to hold this. I still need to keep it from rocking in place and possibly doing some damage. And even with this, even with holding it and bracing it, I have to be careful to have a very light touch. I just need to be gentle, because what I don't want to do is be holding this from the top and pressing forward or backwards, because I'm causing the clay to separate on the inside, even if I don't see it. So this is just to brace and make sure that there's something for it to touch against so it doesn't rock. I love her bag. I'm a big fan of very exaggerated shapes, very exaggerated torsos and behinds and hips and legs, long legs, and very elongated necks. I think there's just a swan-like gracefulness to them. So you see that in a lot of my work. One of the pieces that I have to recreate one of these days is an air-dried piece that I did of a sister sitting doing her hair. You know what, matter of fact, I'm going to show you. That's another example of how I love to see that particular stylization in sculptures and in artwork in general. Hang on one second. So she's in storage in a pretty dusty area. So off camera right now, I'm wiping her off a little bit. She's in the secretarial hutch behind me where my computer is housed, and also where some of the older sculptures that I did. So let's see, can you see her? I know that light is hitting that dust just right. Sorry. I'll have to give her a good cleaning at another time, but this is just so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is her. And you see that long, slender torso, very exaggerated proportions. Sorry, I'm still obsessed with dusting her off just a little bit, but I'll have to go in with a damp cloth. But this is an air-dried piece, air-dried clay that I painted over with acrylic, and it's beautiful. Like, it's probably one of the pieces that I may offer up for sale, and I haven't been really doing anything with the older air-dried pieces. But this one I know I want to remake and have her fired, just because I know that, you know, with it going into the kiln and the clay being vitrified, it'll be even stronger. I mean, she feels strong. I don't know if she's as strong as she feels. I hope so. But this is her. I'm just turning her slowly around so you can see her. Make another little rotation. This light on her a different way. And that's my baby right there. I love the position. It's so very us, so very black, the way we will settle in to do our hair, and she's pulling up this part, the rest is still down, and she may be applying oil, she may be separating it to start braiding. You know, you never know. We're versatile that way. So that is that elongated shape, the very, very wide hips, the slender torso. And I tend to, you know, really, really lean into that when I'm doing sculptures, because I just love the look of it. I love the lines. And it's almost, you know, it's almost supernatural to me. It's almost alien, you know, to have those types of exaggerations like that. And I just think they're beautiful. So anyway, I've been talking for a good while. I'll have to say at least 5 minutes. Like I said previously, I was working on my girl here, but the phone couldn't record, and I probably had a good 20 minutes of footage. I'm calling this one at 20 minutes, so put it together, and in total, I worked 40 minutes, and that's usually my pattern, anywhere between 40 minutes and a half an hour before I start to get distracted, and I need to bounce away to do something else before I can return. But I won't be returning tonight. This is it, and I will catch you on the flip side. As always, thank you so much for hanging in here with me. If you're getting something from this, that is the greatest feeling in the world for me, and please, always feel free to let me know. All right, peace.